Hi friends, Juan the Yarn Addict here offering you a hook review. Today's hook review is from Letto Workshop and they're based out of the Ukraine. I will make sure that their contact information is located in the show notes for you to review. I mentioned in a previous podcast episode that I would be reviewing these hooks in a separate video, so this video is the review. These three hooks that I have clustered together are the hooks that I purchased for myself, and this hook here was gifted to me by the owners, Julie and Stan. So thank you so much, Julie. Thank you, Stan. And I will be going through each one of these hooks, working them up with different yarns, and we're going to have close-up views, and I'm going to showcase each and every one. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to place this on a brief pause, and I will start with the first hook. Okay, friends, let's start with the first hook here. This first hook here is number 703-4393. It is a 6mm letter J, and it is a mix of hornbeam wood and mulberry wood. I was told that these pouches were handmade. Absolutely stunning. Great work. Love that. So let's go ahead and open this up. Okay. Let's take the first hook out. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Close-up view of the hook. And already I'm loving that taper. Very, very nice. The bevels are very present. I love that. And for those of you guys who are not sure what I'm talking about, let me grab my little pointer, my darning needle. The bevel is this right here, and then on this side, right here. So it's in line. It's very nice. And what it's for is to hold the yarn in place so it doesn't slip off of your hook. That is a very nice bevel. Another thing I noticed is the tip of the hook is pointed, so it's going to work right into your stitches with no problems. Very nice. And finally, the one thing I notice is the head of the hook. The head of the hook is in line with the stripe. There we go. It's very nice. Nothing is out of alignment. And the actual hold is very nice. It sits in my hand the way it should sit. Nothing is too bulbous or out of order. The little notches sit right in between my fingers here. Very nice. I still have room on the other side of my hand and in the front there. Now, if I were a pencil holder, this also feels nice. Just, placing the thumb on the bulb there. So, depending on how you hold this, the possibilities are endless. Again, this was actually built to be able to sustain hours of crochet at one time. So that's nice. Now, the other thing that I'm wondering is it true to size? So I have this trusty tool here. It's beautiful, isn't it? And here's the website if you're interested in getting this yourself. Katrinkles, made in the USA. So this says that it is a 6mm crochet hook. So let's find the letter J. And let's see if it is in fact a 6mm crochet hook. And it is. Very, very nice. Okay. Yeah, that's not it there. It's definitely a J. Okay. Now the one thing that I'm noticing is this glossy finish. Now when you have a high gloss finish, there is a high likelihood that your yarn will squeak. So let's go ahead and work this up. I have a feeling it's going to squeak because of this high gloss. Let's see. Yep. Now, I will tell you that after some wear, that should quiet down, but this is a brand new hook with brand new gloss on here, so once that actually works down a little bit, it will get quieter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's go ahead and work a stitch or 2 or 3. Now this hook goes right into that chain with the tip. It's very, very nice. I'm not finding myself having to push through the chain with any difficulty. I think the only thing that's discomforting is the sound, but again, once you have time with your hook, I believe that will go away. It's very light on the hands. It's not heavy at all. Another thing I like is it's back here. The tail is back here and not into my hand. I do have big hands, so this is very nice. Let me do a front post and see how that holds. Very nice. Nothing is slipping. It's working up very nice. So, yes, I do like how even the stitches are as well. Okay, so just for comparison, I do have other wooden hooks here. You can find these on Amazon. I will link those in the show notes as well. Let me just find my 6mm crochet hook. So this is an inline wooden hook. It's very different. So the front of the hook here is in line with the front here, and there's no taper. Well, if there is, it's very, very slight. Nothing like this. This is a tapered hook. There's that. So let me just see if this is true to size. And it is. There's a little bit of wiggle room there. It should go in with minimal wiggle room, which by all accounts, I think that will work. But as you can see, there's gloss on here, but these are not new hooks. I've had them for about a year now. So let's see what the difference in the sound is like. I don't traditionally work with inline wooden hooks, but I do have them. And if you notice, there's no sound. And the point is almost gone. So going into the stitches, it's a little difficult. But as you can hear, there's no sound other than the yarn being worked up with the hook. So there is a significant difference between the new gloss versus gloss that wears down after use. Okay, so I brought these hooks over to show you that, and to just show you the difference between an inline and a tapered wooden hook. So the head size is significantly different. This is reminding me of what the head of a Tunisian hook looks like. So let's go closer with this and show you the things. This hook here clearly was designed to work your product with whatever stitch you want. I mean, it's built to go right into the stitch, to hold your yarn, pull it through. To me, this is a more efficient hook than this. This actually, again, reminds me of Tunisian style crochet hook, and not so much standard crochet. But I would imagine you could use this hook for Tunisian, for entrelac, whatever you'd like. I mean, it is versatile, but this is not an ergonomic hook by any means, whereas this one is. So there's that. Okay, let's jump right on over to the second hook with the same pouch. And so this one here is number 722 4412. This here is a 6.5mm letter K, and it's just the hornbeam wood. So let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, that's nice. So side by side, same height, same everything. Actually, no. The 6.5 is slightly longer, as you can see there. At an angle, it looked like it was the same, but no. So the style of the head of the hook is exactly the same, with the K being slightly larger. You have the bevel on either side, which is right here, going around to here. It's very nice and even. Let's go ahead and test the size. We have a letter K, 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. Let's go ahead and get that in there. Perfect. Very, very nice. Okay. It's engraved, which is very nice. And so let's go ahead and work with this hook. Now, the one thing I'm noticing is there's no sound to this. Or if there is, it's minimal. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up. But yeah, this is super, super nice. There's no slipping, which is nice. And the yarn is literally, see how the bevel is doing its job holding that yarn in place? That's very nice. Let me show you guys that again. See? That bevel is really holding that yarn in place. You may hear a little bit of the squeaking. That's okay. But if not, it's there. I can hear it. It's not as loud as the last hook. And it's probably because the gloss isn't as thick on this hook as it is on this hook. Very nice. Okay. So let me place you guys on a brief pause. I'm going to go get some Caron Simply Soft, which is notorious for splitting, and I'm going to see how that works up with these hooks. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so here I have my Caron Simply Soft. The colorway is Robin's Egg, and this is a medium 4-weight yarn, machine washable and dryable, but it's notorious for splitting. For me, I usually work this up with my dots hook. It typically doesn't split when I use that hook, but I do get splitting with all the other hooks. So let's see. It already wants to split. Look at that. Do you see that? Already, and I haven't even touched it with a hook. So let's just see the things. Okay. Very nice stitch definition. Let's scroll in a little bit. There we go. Let's do some more chains. Okay. With new skeins, you have to make sure you have extra yarn. I keep forgetting that part. Okay. It feels very nice, this yarn. I'll give it that. It feels nice. But you have to have the right hook. Is this the right hook? I don't know. So far, nothing's splitting. The stitches look nice. It's not bad at all, actually, if I'm being honest. Yeah, this is nice. Look at that. Great stitch definition with this hook. Ease of use is there. The way I'm holding it is comfortable. Sorry about the close-up with my hand. But yeah, it's very nice. Now, without pulling that back, Let's grab the 6mm hook with the high gloss and see if that makes a difference. Okay. Let me go slow. It's very noisy, but no splitting. How great is that? Okay, so yeah, I do like how this works up. It's very nice. I love how these hooks hold in my hand, if that makes any sense. Let me back up the camera just a little bit. Yes, it's very nice. Now, I do have one of my handmade wooden hooks here. Now, it's not all wooden, but this is a Nelson wood hook, and this here is letter J. Now, I will be doing a more comprehensive review of my Nelson wood hooks, but in comparison, as far as the tips are concerned, because overall it's a very different hook, but so this particular hook here is more of an inline hook. Let me grab this white card here to show you guys, because this is a dark hook head. See how it's more of an inline? So straight here and straight in the front. And then it doesn't really taper in like this does. You see how that tapers in? Whereas this does not. It's more of a flat surface on all the sides there. But because of the fact that this is not a tapered hook, it's an inline hook, it holds differently, it gets worked up differently. Also, you just have to be mindful that different yarns work differently with different hooks. And just the way that you have to hold the hook in your hand in comparison. So for Letto wood, with it being a tapered hook, it holds the yarn, like it grips it. Whereas this, you just have to hold your hook a little differently because it's an inline hook, but as you can see, there's still no splitting. So very nice with the whole holding of the yarn. Okay, so let's set the Nelson wood off to the side. Again, I'll do a more comprehensive review of those hooks in a later video. But for this, very, very nice. Even with the high gloss noise, like I can feel the gloss on this hook. Whereas here, I feel it, but it's not as thick. Yes, very, very nice. Okay, so in terms of price, so the hornbeam wood, the solid one, this one here ran me $33, which is an amazing price for a handmade hook from the Ukraine. So, so nice. It's tapered. There's nothing negative I can say about this particular hook at all. There's not a lot of noise when I work this up. You can hear it, but it's not loud. Super, super nice. The way it holds, the way it sits in between your fingers here. It's very nice. This one here was $39, and I have a feeling it's because of the mulberry wood here. So, yeah, just a few extra dollars for different wood here. There's a significant amount of gloss on this hook, which I think in time will wear down, and it will sound like this one here. A little quieter, if you will. But yes, so $33 and $39 is what this cost me. Okay, so I'm going to place this on a brief pause, and we're going to hop on over to the next hook. Okay, so here we have the next hook here. Handmade pouch. Very, very nice. It's this felt-like material, and the quality is super, super nice, even in all the stitching. It's very nice. On the inside, handmade by Leto. Love that. And this here is their basic hook. I wanted to know what their basic hook feels like and how it works up. This hook cost me $19. And this hook here is beechwood with a walnut stain. And there is a significant amount of gloss on this. I'm curious to know what it sounds like. So let's start with the white yarn. Let me just grab it very quickly. All right. So before I start crocheting, actually, let me just show you. The number is actually on the bottom here. It's a 5.5. It's a letter I. And this here is a tapered hook. Now, the taper is slightly different than the last set of hooks I've shown. Let me just go ahead and pull one of those back out and show you. So this one here is the hornbeam in mulberry. And as you can see, there is a significant taper here. See that? Whereas here, it's present but not as thick. Or I'm sorry, not as thin. So there's that. Now the bevel is very present, as you can see, on either side. We have a bevel there to hold the yarn in place. Let me just go ahead and wrap the yarn around the hook. So, very nice. It holds very nice in my hand, and there's plenty of space on either side of my hand, which is important to me because most hooks with my size hand, it ends up like in the middle here, like my clover hooks. They usually end up in my hand right here. So this is nice. All right, so moment of truth. Let's go ahead and start working with this hook. So we do have a little bit of noise, but not much at all, which is very impressive. What noise you are hearing is the gloss, which in time will eventually go away once the gloss gets worked into. But yeah, this is very nice. And the smoothness of this hook reminds me of Prim, which is super, super nice. But this has just a better feeling to it than the Prim, in my opinion. Stitch definition is there. Love it. Let me try a front post to just see. Yeah, this is nice. Wow. I do enjoy the way that feels in my hand. So, all right, so let's hop on over to the Caron Simply Soft, which again is notorious for splitting. But so far we've had some really, really good luck here. But see, as you can see, it literally wants to come apart. You see that? Like, it doesn't even want to stay together. Let's see what this hook does to it. And I'm going fast just so that, you know, it doesn't look like I'm trying to keep it from splitting, you know? Now, the chains are always one of those situations where, see, we have a little bit of splitting there. Let's just keep forging a path forward. That could be user error because, you know, you have to make sure that the hook goes through the chain completely. Very nice. So let's go ahead and chain 2 and turn our work. Now I am crocheting typically how I would with any other hook, you know, minus any hiccups here. So just based on first impressions because I haven't worked with this hook yet. I'm really enjoying how this feels in my hand, and I'm really liking the results of what I'm seeing. So that is kind of what we're looking like here. The stitch definition is there. The stitches are even. I think a lot of that is my tension, but the high gloss is not causing a squeaking noise, which means it's the perfect amount of gloss. So another thing too, the attention to detail is there. So if you hold the hook with the bottom facing you and you see the numbers as you read them, nice and balanced, if you look down your hook, the head of the hook is in line with the stamp. It's not tilted to the side, it's literally even. So the attention to detail is there. There's no hard or rough edges. This is super, super nice. And for the price of $19, this is great. This is a great hook. So again, I will have their link in the show notes, and I'm not an affiliate. So I just really, really am enjoying this experience, so much so that I want to share this with you guys. Okay, so let me put you guys on a pause one more time, and we're going to go and review this final hook here. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so here is the final hook. This hook was gifted to me by Julie and Stan, and it has handmade by Leto, my favorite color, purple. I love that. That's stunning. And so let's go ahead and take this hook out. This is such a beautiful hook. Let's put that back in there like that. So first impressions, stunning. Absolutely love this hook. Now, full disclosure, they allowed me to choose a hook, and I chose this one. So there was no surprises. Now, the stamp here is on the end. This is a 6.0 millimeter hook, and it is engraved. I don't know if it's picking it up, but it's there. You can see it there. And again, the 6 is straight up like that, and the hook is in line with the head of the hook there. So attention to detail was definitely had there. And so the way it holds in my hand is very nice. It just sits nice, you know. I can put this little bevel here in between my fingers or right in the middle, and it still holds very comfortably. There's enough room on either side of my hand, which is nice. And the name of this hook is, let me grab the paper. This is Gabon Ebony with Box Elder Burlwood. So it's a solid wood, but there are different woods here. So very, very nice. I love this yellow. Give you a close-up view of the yellow there. So nice. The taper is similar to the first two hooks that I've shown, and it holds the yarn perfectly. So you can see the bevel there and how it just sits right into that slot there. Stunning. Okay, so let's start with the white yarn. Let me rip the stitches out from the previous swatch there. Okay, so let me zoom in. All right, here we go. We had a slip. Okay, so we chained 6. Let's go ahead and go into the stitch. And I do crochet abnormally fast. I don't crochet normal. So when they're slipping, that's user error. I don't attribute that to any hook for that matter. All right, so there's that. I do hear a little bit of squeaking, but again, that could be the polish. Very nice and all. There's just an ease to how I hold this to get the stitches, which is super nice. Let me do some front posts. So yarn over, go down and around, grab the loop. I know this isn't a tutorial, but it's a habit. Again, we have a little bit of squeaking, but that's to be expected with a brand new hook. With gloss on it anyway. Very nice. Okay, now let's try the Caron Simply Soft. This is a thinner 4-weight yarn, significantly thinner than the white there. That white is Red Heart. Alright, so let's go ahead and no squeaking so far. Let's try some stitches. I don't hear any squeaking. How about that? It's not the easiest yarn to work into for the foundation, but I think that's the case with every hook. Alright, now let's go into the tops of these stitches here. Let's do half doubles, why not? I love how this feels. Yeah, this is nice. And there's no friction, so it glides. You know, I don't have to fight. There's just this ease to it. So no splitting, and I've used the same exact yarn 3 times, and you can see this yarn wants to split. See that? It wants to come apart, but we're not letting it because of the hook. Let's go ahead and test the size here. So this is a 6. Let's go ahead and insert this into the 6, and it goes right in. Very, very nice. And let me just show you this one more time. So blacksquirrelberkeley.com and Critrinkles, made in the USA. And it starts with a B hook, a 2.25, and it goes all the way around to a 12mm hook, letter P. So nice. And let me just check the last hook here. I forgot to check the gauge there to just make sure that it's spot on. I did it with the first 2. So this is a 5.5mm crochet hook. Let's go ahead and put it into the letter I, and it is a letter I. Perfect. Very nice. Love that. Okay, so let's grab all 4 of these hooks. Let's put them side by side to just see what they all look like together. There's that one, and then there is this one. Let me back up the camera here. So here are the hooks. This one here was the gifted one. All right. So there you have it, friends. All in all, I would highly recommend checking out Letto Workshop. The hooks are high quality. They're affordable. You have tons of things to go through and choose from. Now, what I will tell you is that these hooks are already put together. There are other companies that allow you to build your hooks the way you want. These are already pre-made, so you can actually see the finished hook as you're shopping. So that is super nice. And yeah, so again, I would highly recommend them. Please check them out. Let them know that I sent you. I'm not an affiliate. I just love the company and all the things. So that is all I have for this hook review. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and maybe leave a comment. That is all I have for this video. And so until the next one, take care, friends. Bye.